Hi everyone, this is Lynissa Hayes with Makers Avenue. I'm back. Today I finally found the rares. I finally found all the rares, at least all the rares I was looking for. So I'm talking about Diner Series 3 and the Harry Potter series. I finally found the rares. It took forever. As you know, with the rares, they come in certain boxes, and you'll see that they'll show it on the box. And I did not get any of those boxes near any of my stores for months. So I finally found like a couple of stores with just like one box. And so it took me a couple of months to get these, but I found it. So here you just saw me unbox the Dino Nuggets. If I could, I would get more, but like I said, I only found one box. So anyway, I love the rares. I just wish that Miniverse would release them the same time with everything else. I don't really like, because with manufacturing and stores, you don't know when they're gonna put boxes out. And so if like they have a lot of old stock first, they're gonna get rid of the old stock. So it'll take who knows how long to find the rares, and that's what happened with me. But we found them, and so we're gonna make them all in this. I found the Harry Potter ones with the tea set and the Mandrake and the cupcakes a couple of months ago. I just never filmed it, but now we're gonna film it today, and I'm gonna make it all together. And we have the lobster dinner. The only thing I did not find yet was the spaghetti. So I don't know if I'll ever find it. That was the only one that I didn't find. There are codes. I'm kind of going through this video quickly so you can't really see it. But if you need to go to look at the codes, Mini Miney Mo, is that it? She has a great website, breaks it down. And I thought that this is not a rare. I thought it was the lime jello cups, which is, it's not a rare. Lime jello cups isn't a rare at all. But I've been looking for it because I don't have that one yet. So anyway, I am going to start with the lobster dinner. And the lobster is so cute. Quick fact about myself. I've never actually had lobster. I would love to have a lobster. It looks so fancy and delish, and it's just like rich, but but anyway, so this was a very cute make. I love the lobster tails. Like I said, if I could get multiples of these, I would. This one's kind of pretty easy to put together. I didn't really go crazy with the remix, but I feel like just by itself, because it's lobster, it's good enough. I have seen people do like crawfish boils, like shrimp and crawfish boils with these, with the shrimp and the lobster. And I was like, oh, that would be so cute. But again, I only have this one. So until I find, you know, duplicates of the rares, I just gotta make with what I have. And then I have my lemons, and I'm going to put it up. But yeah, so I'm hoping that, when Miniverse decides to do rares in the ultra rares in the future, just release them with everything else. Just please make it easy. I'm like, just make it fair. I don't really feel like, I guess it makes it more rare, but I just please stop making it difficult. It's just so annoying. Anyway, if you haven't heard, there's new products coming out, or for some people it's already come out. MJA already has it on their site. They have like a sneaker collection, which looks cute. I haven't tried to get it yet. I'm going to try to hold off and wait till it hits the stores. If it hits the stores, I don't know when. But I did think it was cute. And then they also had a Jurassic Park collection, which makes sense because Jurassic Park is coming out. It is a summer blockbuster. So now I probably won't collect a Jurassic Park one. I'm not really into dinosaurs. I have watched Jurassic Park, but it's just dinosaurs aren't really my thing. They don't really excite me like that. I probably will watch the movie. I don't really see, I'm not really excited for creating dinosaur miniature things, whatever. But there's like a can of Barbasol that I don't remember that reference in the movie, so I know it's a movie reference, but I kind of just want that one just for the little can of Barbasol shaving cream. But anyway, that's a different thing. Um, but I know those two collections are coming out. And then Mini Brands has some new stuff, which is actually a little bit more exciting for once. Now you see me moving on to the Harry Potter Mandrake. There's no particular order that I'm going about. I think I was trying to, since it's kind of been a while since I was using Miniverse, not too long, but I feel, I kind of have to do like warm ups. So I go from the most easiest project to kind of, I feel what I feel like would be the most challenging one. And this little Mandrake, he's adorable. He's cute. Again, not really a big Harry Potter fan, so I don't really know how he really fits into whatever, but he's adorable. He looks so cute. But when I was doing this, it did make me feel, it did make me think of the story about mandrakes in the Bible. And it's a funny, well, to me, it's funny because anyway, basically Jacob gets pimped out for some mandrakes, but that's a long story. But anyway, if you want to read it, it's in Genesis, but that's what I thought about when when I was reading this, when I was making this. You can see that I used some clear glue. I just thought it'd be easier than using resin. Clear glue works great. I thought it's just like a different alternative. Sometimes I just use alternatives. It's not really for a particular reason. I just wanted to use it here, and I wanted to make sure that this was set, everything was set. And so I'm putting in that little whatever this potting plant is that came in that cute little container. And of course, since this glue is going to take a little bit longer to dry, but it dried perfectly. So like I said, if you want to use clear glue as an alternative, you can. It is a great alternative. Now I am coming in with what's this? It's the cupcakes. It's the sleeping drought cupcakes. I don't know what type of cupcakes it was. Pretty much, it was some sort of, it was some sort of cupcakes. Now, my only complaint with this, so these pellets, with that, they're kind of hard. And so with that little plastic mortar, I could not really crush it the way I was probably supposed to. I need something heavier. So I'm putting it in this little plastic thing and I'm crushing it with this container, and it's making a mess, and it's about to become a bigger mess. And as you can see, I'm trying to crush it some more. And all of this to say, I know I'm going to put it in the white resin, and for it to be like a chocolate cream or chocolate buttercream or whatever. And it doesn't really look all that chocolatey. So I probably, if I could do this over, I would do it a little bit differently. I probably even wouldn't use the resin. I probably use like puffy paint, or I don't know, because I don't really like the color of the chocolate, chocolate sauces they have as much anyway. It's not the right color brown for me. So there's a lot of things. So as you can see, I made a mess. It was chaotic. So I'm mixing it in. I'm mixing in those little pellets, and it's looking more like cookies and creams. Don't get me wrong, cookies and creams is delicious, but it looks more like cookies and creams. So I'm using the Hershey's powder, which I love that stuff, to try to make it more chocolatey, but it's like a light brown. It's still not the right color chocolate for me. And not only that, because it is a pigment, it's not going to harden like it should. I do want to say these cupcakes, they look so delicious. They look like they've been baked perfectly. I want to eat it, like even looking at this. And while I was making it, all I could think was, ooh, I want some cake. I want the cake, the yellow cake that you get from the box, and that you use the chocolate frosting. I haven't had that in ages. It's just a simple dessert. Chocolate cake, not chocolate cake, yellow cake with chocolate icing is just so simple and just so delicious. And so just even me watching this back, it's just, that's what I want. I'm getting hungry. So I did create this chocolate icing. It's not the right color chocolate for me. I would prefer a darker one. And like I said, because the pigment makes it opaque, it's gonna have a harder time to dry. Yeah, you don't see me. I kind of go through it pretty quickly, but I have to like stick with the toothpick to try to push some of the resin out so in the in between could kind of set more. But next time I just try to do fabric paint. So now I'm coming in with my clear glue. Since I'm already was having difficulty getting the resin to set, I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna use that chocolate resin again. I think I threw the rest of it out because I know wasn't gonna set. So I'm using my clear glue as an adhesive to adhere the little chocolate sprinkles. Now I like color sprinkles because it makes things more colorful. Uh, So I like the cupcakes, and like I said, they did look delicious and yummy and good. But this needed some more color for me, so I will be adding some more colorful additions to this because I like color. If I'm eating this, I want color to it. I want it to be cute. So, but like I said, clear glue works if you want to make sure that I mean, it may be a little bit droopy to begin with, but you just move it around a little bit and it will dry perfectly. It works. It works. It will work. So I'm just gathering it in place and making sure all the sprinkles are where I want them to be. And like I said, right now it's too just brown looking. So I'm going to go in and add little nail charms or, random things that I use for other crafts. I found these little pink hearts. And I am also going to come in with some colorful little sprinkles to add on top because like I said, we need the color. I'm sorry, that's kind of blurry right there. So I'm just going to dip that little brush into a little glue and get those little colorful sprinkles and just, yeah, kind of just attach them onto the top. And it's just so much colorful. So back to what I was saying about mini brands. Mini brands also has some new series coming out. They have their new series 2 books. I still haven't collected a lot of the series 1 books, so maybe I should do that. And then they have the Mini Brands Create series, so that's kind of like the opposite competition for MINIVERSE. That's Mini Brands Create, and this is a Disney special. So it's like the Disney snacks. So if you go to the Disney World theme parks, you see the snacks, you're creating the Disney snacks. And I thought that was cute, so I can't wait to see that. And then I heard it through the grapevine that they're coming up with their own mini brands little refrigerator. And they're coming out, it's a refrigerator that you can fill with actual products. So kind of like mini brands, but this new mini brands is going to be like a mini brands, which I thought was cute. So I actually can't wait for that. Now here we come with the infamous tea set. Oh, I was so happy when I found this. This is the one that I was looking for the most. And I actually found 2, thank goodness, because my plan is with all the Harry Potter stuff, even though I'm not a big Harry Potter fan yet, I've said that plenty of times right now. Of course, the Harry Potter stuff gives like a fairy tale whimsical vibe, and I feel like it's perfect for anything Once Upon a Time related, which I am a huge fan of. So I found the extra teacup set, and I love this little sugar thing that they put in. It's so cute. It's so cute. I love that. So as I'm stirring the sugar in, my plans for the extra teacup set is I am a big Rumble fan. I love Rumpelstiltskin and I love Belle. And if you watch the show, their big thing was the chip cup. So that is going to be another, whenever I get a chance, That's going to be my thing. I am going to try to recreate the infamous chip cup that every Rumble fan loves and is passionate about, and that has caused tears of happiness and tears of sadness. I love that cup. I love that tea set. So my extra tea set will be used for that. So whenever I get the braveness to try to attempt the chip cup, I will make a movie about it. For this one, I'm just creating a cute little tea set. And like I said, I just love it. I put the little lemons in there, try to hold them to the light while I'm doing it. And I didn't swirl in the love drought as much because I kind of wanted that, to be seen. Anyways, on to the chicken nuggets. Now, the chicken nuggets I was the most worried about. They looked the most challenging, but I did love how they turned out. Now, I don't know what happened to my little ketchup bowl. It got lost somewhere in the process. I know I saw it, but it got lost somewhere. So I took a little piece of plastic and I made do. And I'm taking a little spice rub seasoning for a little. I want seasoned food, so there you go. And I didn't use all my chicken nuggets. There was more chicken nuggets than I thought, so I'm putting half of it to the side, and I think I only made like 4 or 5. But this MINIVERSE chicken nuggets is dino shaped chicken nuggets, but this reminded me of my childhood back in the kid cuisine days. Yes, 90s babies, where are you at? Do y'all remember kid cuisine? They still make them, but I remember I ate those all the time, especially the chicken nuggets. So I'm going to make a kid cuisine inspired meal. And oh my gosh, I loved it. The only thing that I'm missing from this dish, so if you remember the kid cuisine chicken nuggets, I think they still come the same stuff. You have the chicken nuggets, you have the macaroni and cheese, you have the corn, and you have the brownie. And so the only thing I couldn't make is the chicken corn because I couldn't figure out a way to make individual pieces of corn, and I wasn't about to do all that. But remember how there was always like a random piece of corn or two. Once you heated up the meal, you would eat the brownie, and there was some corn in there. And sometimes there would be a piece of macaroni and cheese. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm using this extra tray to lay my to kind of shake my chicken pieces in. Now, after I put in the breading, the breadcrumbs, it kind of loses its dino shape. It doesn't bother me too much that it loses its shape. I mean, would it have been cuter if it had, the same shape? I guess I put too much on there, so it kind of just looks like regular chicken pieces or chicken nuggets, which again, I'm okay with. Uh, but yeah, it still looks delicious and yummy. So I'm going to, I think I got one more. So yeah, I kind of want to like making this made me, think about, I wonder what kid cuisine tastes like. Because, when you're an adult, your taste buds change. Would it be still as good as it was when I was younger? Of course, it probably wasn't that good back then, but sometimes it's fun to try food that you ate when you were a kid, to see if it still tastes good, or if, you're like, oh, I can't eat this no more. Like there's certain snacks that I ate as a little kid that I know I couldn't eat now as an adult. Like, those oatmeal cream pies. Yeah, I feel like that's a type of food. Your stomach, for some reason, I feel like as an adult, and I heard people say this on Twitter, that those types of desserts, they're not suited for adult stomachs anymore. Like, and even as I became a teen, like it was like gradually as I was growing older, like some of those desserts just made my stomach hurt. It's like I could eat it as a kid, but like, oh, I don't, some things I can't digest anymore. So I don't know what that's about. But anyway, back to our dish. We got our macaroni and cheese. I didn't use the full container of macaroni and cheese because I just wanted that little bit on the plate. And the mac and cheese, it just always looks so good. It just looks so cute. And then I'm gonna come in. I'm trying to figure out where to place that fork to where it will sit nicely. The only thing I'm not crazy about is the ketchup. I mean, it's not really anything I could do. The ketchup is the ketchup, what the ketchup is. It's just, their color. I just don't like that color for ketchup. It's just like a bright neon red. But I know it's because if you try to use, because I've done it before, I tried to use a darker pigment to color the resin, and that stuff never cured. So I understand why they had to go that way. Anyway, now we're getting to the brownies. So now I'm just using some potting mix. And because I couldn't find my other utensils, I'm using a garden hose to mix up the potting soil. But that's going to be my brownies. So we're going to pretend like that's brownies. And then I have my Rice Krispie tray for the mold. So these are going to be, bigger brownies than usual. Now, of course, you can use one of the other brownie trays and kind of create a mold, but I just wanted something that will come out a little bit more easy since these are slightly bigger than the rest of the dessert. I'm only going to use one, and I just got some, made some extras for different things, but I really loved how it turned out. Again, it's just cuteness. So, you can use the resin, and I've heard someone comment that they didn't think that would cure well. This actually does cure pretty well. You just make sure you uh, keep it in the I would make sure you put it, what am I trying to say? Make sure you put both sides under the light and keep it under for several minutes. Is completely hard. I never have any problems with this. So once I have that, I did both sides. Like I said, I went in underneath and on top for several minutes on both sides. No problems. As you can see, one brownie is enough for that plate. And I'm just going to adhere with some hot glue. And there you go. Again, cuteness. I want to eat this. I want to eat kid cuisine right now. So back to the kid cuisine and the box cake, yellow cake with chocolate frosting. I can eat it right now. Anyway, we have one last one. Like I said, it's not a rare. It's just, this was actually my practice mini-verse. I was trying to, get myself ready for this video. This was the first one I made. It was supposed to be like a warm-up, but it ended up probably being, felt like the one I was like, nah, I don't know if I loved it, but the result turned out nice. But I was like, I don't know, this is, maybe it just felt harder. I don't know. Maybe it's because it was the first one. Like I said, sometimes I have to have a warm up mini verse creation. So this is the Halo from the Diner Series 4. I feel, not the Diner Series 4, I'm sorry, the Cafe Series 4, which is probably my favorite cafe series. And I've never had Halo, so, or either Halo or Halo. I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, so I'm just doing it in layers, and I don't know, it was kind of looking messy, but it turned out cute. But I wasn't really, I was like, I don't know. And I'm putting the fruit, I was trying to get the fruit to be seen clearly through each layer. And so I was, doing things layer by layer, putting in more of the ice mix. And yeah, just going layer by layer. It's always good to work in layers, so that way you can make sure that everything is properly cured. My next video, I may finally get to the appliances. I've had my appliances forever. So I may finally get to it. I may, and when I say appliances, I still need to do like the appliances from the first series. So that shows you how behind I am. I've started. I just need to record. Actually. So that may be my next miniverse video. It just depends on how I feel, or it could be something totally else. Maybe it's the honeydukes because I still need to do that. Or maybe it's just me doing. Well, summer is coming up, so I'll probably, we're basically on summer vacation, so maybe summer vacation stuff. It may be the Hello Kitty. So we'll see. We'll see. Whatever mood I am feeling up to. So we shall see. Um, I want to try to get a 3D printer for different things to see what I can create to create better dioramas and setups with my miniverse. So that's gonna be a new thing. Hopefully, if I can find a place to put it and figure out how to do it, we'll see. So this is the part where I feel like it was getting a little bit messy, but it ended up working. So I wanted the shaven ice to kind of be on the side, and I couldn't figure out a clean way to do this. I'm pretty sure there is a clean way. I just couldn't figure it out. But it still had a nice result. So I'm kind of going around the rim, creating a little lip, okay? And so I'm going to do that all around the cup and try not to get it, to droop all over the place. The good news is I'm on summer vacation. Yes, I feel like a new person. So hopefully that means more videos. I always say that, don't I? But I mean it. More videos, more craft videos, more art journaling videos, hopefully more art videos. Just more, hopefully. Well, it'll be more than what I, do during the school year. So I'm excited for that. Now with this, I probably should have put the ice cream scoop. I probably should have put the ice cream scoop before I put that layer of fruit down, because now there's like a little space. I'm going to glue it on with my hot glue gun. And yeah, I definitely should have put that on before I put on the fruit. But I did what I did. I'm just going to make it work. And it worked. So my last step is I'm going to give this a little drizzle. A cute little drizzle. And using... well, I'm going to put some resin on top just so I can make sure it stays in place. And once I cure that, as you can see, I'm having a difficult time keeping those fruit in the same spot. But after I do that, I'm going to take this Deco Art jelly, right? I can't remember the correct name, but it's going to be like my little fruit topping or fruit sauce. It's called Deco Art Love Color, and I thought it was the perfect addition, and I just feel like it dries transparent, so I feel like that was the perfect touch. Anyway, those are all my rares that I finally made. Yay! Yay! So here's a look at all the ones I made, and tell me which one's your favorite. Have you found the rares? If so, which one has been your favorite to make, or are you still looking for them? Tell me which series are you excited about? Any of the new mini brand series or miniverse series that are eventually coming out? Anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope if you liked it, leave a comment, click like if you would like to subscribe to see more content like this, hit subscribe. I'll talk to you all later. Have a nice day. Bye.